Congressman George Santos is in even more trouble after reports surfaced about him stealing puppies from an Amish dog breeder. Okay, why don't you pick this up? Give me a second, okay?
Look, this is, if you hired the best Hollywood screenwriter out there to script the George Santos story and only included things he's done, you would look at story and you'd be like, no, okay, this is too over the top. A real human doesn't do this, especially not a member of Congress, but nope. We find out, was it 2017, I guess? George Santos goes to this Amish dog breeder, writes a check for $15,000, gets all these puppies. The check doesn't clear, because there's no money in the account. And Santos reached out to a lawyer friend of his, said, hey, listen, my checks were stolen. I need you to go argue this because I'm being charged with theft of these puppies that maybe he's going to make a code out of them. Who knows, because he's that dastardly. And she, this lawyer friend goes to bat, gets it dismissed, gets it expunged, so we can't even see the details. And now the lawyer friend has come out and said, no, the guy should be in prison. I probably shouldn't have done that.
She just got hustled. She's just doing her job. Yeah. She, a friend says, I got this problem. Can you help me? She does a good job for him, has the records expunged. Now she says, I should have never gotten involved. He should have went to jail. That's what she says. And I wish nothing but bad things happened for him. Okay, now part of the story here, I love this part too, the eviction story. Okay, so he's being evicted and he's supposed to have written a check to avoid the eviction. So he's in court and of course the landlord shows up and says, he should be evicted. He wrote me a bad check. Tells the judge, look, when I was on my way, I was mugged and they stole my shoes. His shoes, he was robbed on Fifth Avenue and his shoes were stolen. And oh, by the way, it never did have an explanation about the check. The check bounced. And I guess he was ultimately evicted, huh?
And he also, that wasn't the only time he claimed to have been robbed, in order to not pay bills. And it happened another time as well. So anytime this man got in trouble, he would just go tell authorities, I got robbed.
Yeah.
I didn't write the bad check for the puppies. Somebody stole my checkbook. And here's the thing. This was in, like I said, I think 2017. Nobody in 2017, especially at his age, is walking around with a checkbook. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Secondly, if it were stolen, he would have immediately been on the phone with his bank, would have resolved it in 5 minutes, and all those checks would have been canceled. There is no record of that, and that is what the court should have looked at when the lawyer went in there and said, well, okay, wait a minute, let's check the bank account and see where he reported it.
Okay, you tell me. You're a Republican. I don't care how diehard you are. What are you going to do with this guy? If you have half a brain, you're going to get rid of him. He's like a stink bomb went off in your party. But they don't have enough sense to say, you know what? This might hurt us. But we can't allow this to happen. The truth is, you don't run away from this. The fact we're doing this show right now, we're doing this segment again on this nutcase. Okay, it just keeps giving and it keeps hurting the GOP. They don't have enough sense to cut him loose.
Well, it's like if you have a cancerous tumor and you understand, listen, this tumor is going to get worse and it's going to impact my health in a horrible way, no question asked. That's who he is.
Yeah.
But the surgery is going to be painful.
Right.
And it's going to take time out of my day. I just don't know that I want to excise the tumor right now because I'm so big. That's what the Republicans are doing. So he's just growing larger. There is a new story about this man every other day. He is the Forrest Gump of crime at this point, just going across the world with all these unimaginable schemes that are taking over.
Quick review. Okay, he claims he was Jewish. He's not Jewish. He claims,
grandparents died in the Holocaust.
Yes.
No, they didn't. Mother died in 9/11.
Yeah.
No, she didn't. Hadn't been in the U.S. for 4 years at that point.
The stories just keep going on. The GOP just says, maybe it'll go away. This one ain't going to go away. Thanks for joining me, Farron, okay?
Thank you.
That's all for this week, but all of these segments are going to be available this coming week right here on this channel, and you can follow us on Twitter at America's Lawyer. I'm Mike Papantonio, and this has been America's Lawyer, where we tell you stories that corporate media won't talk about because their advertisers don't let them, or their political connections are just so deep-rooted that those politics don't allow them to tell the story. That's not a problem for us, as you can see. We'll see you next time.